This is a video about a unique trading indicator known as MACD All-in-One Screener by ChartPrime. It's a multi-instrument, multi-timeframe tool designed to give you a comprehensive look at the MACD across any market you want to track, whether that's stocks, commodities, metals, indices, futures, or crypto. We're going to go over what this indicator is, how you can add it to your TradingView chart, the various settings it offers, and how you might use it to improve your trading decisions. If you happen to find value in this video, remember to leave a like. Now, to get started with this indicator, you first of all want to go to TradingView, which is the platform I'm going to be using. If you need to sign up, there's a link in the video description for you to do that. Once you're in TradingView, click on Indicators, type in MACD All-in-One Screener, and select the one by ChartPrime. When you add it to your chart, you'll immediately notice that it's not just about one symbol. It can handle multiple symbols, each with its own MACD, or you can stick to a single symbol and scan across different time frames. That flexibility is what makes this screener so appealing. It lets you quickly spot potential crosses, divergences, and momentum changes across a variety of assets without constantly flipping through different charts. Now, let's talk about the visual components of this indicator. Looking at the screen, you'll notice there's a table that displays several different trading assets, and right now, you might see a bunch of stocks with their corresponding time frames listed. Alongside each asset, there's a color label that indicates the state of the MACD for that particular symbol. For instance, if you see a bright red label, that means the MACD is showing a bearish signal, while a dull red suggests that it's still bearish but with decreasing momentum, indicating that the histogram is tapering off. On the flip side, if the label is dark green, that's a sign of a bullish MACD with increasing momentum, whereas a bright green label points to bullish conditions that are starting to lose steam. These color cues are designed to give you a quick, at-a-glance understanding of what's happening in the market. Across the indicator window, you'll also notice a series of lines that represent the different assets you're tracking. These lines stretch across the window, forming a timeline of MACD events that have occurred over the past 100 or so candles. Each symbol or icon along these lines corresponds to a specific event or signal. For example, if you hover your mouse over one of these symbols, a tooltip will pop up to tell you exactly what it means. You might see labels like histogram bullish continuation or histogram bearish turn, which indicate whether the histogram is showing an extension of its current trend or a reversal. There are also symbols for things like a cross under zero, which tells you that the MACD line is crossing under the zero line, or a MACD bullish cross, where the MACD line crosses above the signal line, suggesting a potential move higher. If you ever get confused about what any of these symbols mean, you can always bring up the actual MACD indicator with its default settings on a separate pane, and use that as a reference to double-check the signals you're seeing in the screener. It's a nifty way to compare and learn over time, so you don't have to guess what each color or symbol is trying to tell you. Next, we're going to go over the settings of the indicator and see how customizable it can be. But before we do that, let's talk about SimpleFX, which is the Forex broker that I use for trading. This is their web trading platform, and as you can see, adding an indicator to your chart is super simple. You just click on the function icon, and you're going to see a bunch of indicator options ready for selection. Whether you need the MACD, you just type that in. There you have it. If it's the EMA, there you have it. If it's the super trend, there you have it. Basically, you have indicators for trend identification, momentum analysis, volume analysis, etc. What makes this setup even better is that the charts are powered by TradingView. This means you get to enjoy the same familiar settings and robust charting features that you love, making your trading experience seamless and intuitive. Also, SimpleFX offers over 450 tradable instruments, as you can see here. But what I love the most is that they offer a first deposit bonus of up to $5,000, along with a 10% cashback. To get access to these bonuses and all the other perks, sign up to SimpleFX using the link in the video description. Now back to the video. In the Inputs tab, the first setting you'll notice is called View. By default, it's set to Overview, which means you'll see all the signals from every symbol and time frame you've enabled. If you prefer to focus on just one asset, you can change that setting to Current Symbol, or choose one of the specific symbol slots from symbol 1 to symbol 10. There's even an option called None, which essentially hides everything on the screen, a handy feature if you're troubleshooting or just need a break from the visuals. Right below that, you've got the View toggle. This nifty toggle lets you switch between looking at the MACD lines and the actual price of the current symbol, displayed as a candle chart. It's a cool feature because it means you can monitor your asset's price action without having to switch away from the screener. And if you want to add additional indicators to that price view, you can layer them on top, giving you a more comprehensive picture all in one place. Next up, there's the history length setting. This value, which is set to a default of 3,000 bars, dictates how much historical data the indicator will load. Adjusting this number is a balance. If you set it too high, it might slow down your chart, but if it's too low, you might miss out on important historical context that helps validate the signals you're seeing. Following that is the show price line toggle, which, when enabled, draws a horizontal line at the current closing price on your price view. Some traders really like having that reference point on hand, especially when you're scanning multiple assets simultaneously. Alongside that, there's the show symbol label option that displays the name of the symbol next to the MACD or price chart, ensuring you always know which asset you're looking at. There's also an overview label color setting, where you can adjust the color of those labels. By default, it might be white, but you can change it if you want the labels to stand out more or match your chart's color scheme. Moving on to the market settings, you'll see options like Oscillator MA type and Signal Line MA type. These settings let you choose whether you want to use an EMA or an SMA for the MACD's moving averages. The default is usually EMA, which many traders prefer for its responsiveness, but if you're after a smoother line, SMA is available too. You'll also find settings for fast length, slow length, and signal length, which are the core parameters that define how the MACD is calculated. The standard values are 12, 26, and 9 respectively, but these can be adjusted if you're looking for a faster or slower response to price changes. There's also an option for MACD cross overlay icon, which, when enabled, puts a little icon on your chart each time a bullish or bearish MACD cross occurs, making it super easy to spot these moments without having to scrutinize the lines too closely. After the moving average settings, you'll come to a group of divergence settings. Here, you can enable regular bullish or regular bearish divergences to be plotted on your chart. The settings divergence look right and divergence look left determine how many bars into the future and the past the indicator will scan to confirm a divergence. You can adjust the maximum lookback and minimum lookback to set the overall window for detecting divergences, ensuring that only significant price movements trigger an alert. And with the divergence drawings option, you can choose to display these divergences as a line, a label, or both. For example, if you select line and label, you'll see a connecting line between the relevant highs or lows along with a text label that tells you whether it's a bullish or bearish divergence. Next, there's the table section. If you enable the table, you'll get a visual overview that shows each symbol you've added, along with its time frame, current MACD status, and any alerts that might be active. You can position this table anywhere on your chart, bottom right, top left, or wherever suits your setup, and adjust the text, background, and frame colors to match your preference. This table is super handy for quickly scanning multiple assets at a glance, so you know exactly which ones are showing bullish signals, which are bearish, and which might be in a state of divergence. Right after the table settings, you'll find the symbol group settings. This is where you define which symbols you want to track. You might see slots for symbol 1 through symbol 10, and by default, these might be set to popular assets. You can click on any symbol slot and change it to a stock like AAPL, a commodity like CL, an index like SPX, or even crypto if you prefer. Each symbol also comes with its own time frame dropdown. You can either set it to follow your chart's time frame or choose a specific one, like 1 hour, 4 hour, or daily. Just be mindful that mixing assets with different trading sessions, like a stock that only trades during market hours, and a crypto that trades 24/7, might sometimes lead to data issues. Following the symbol settings, there are toggles for Enable Current Symbol and Enable Symbol 1 through Enable Symbol 10. These toggles control which symbols are actively tracked and displayed in the overview, as well as which ones will trigger alerts. If you're only interested in a few key markets, you can disable the others to keep your chart clean. Moving further down, you'll see the alert settings. The Wait for Close toggle ensures that signals are only confirmed once the candle has closed, reducing the chance of false alerts mid-candle. You can also choose an alert symbol size, which might be set to large by default, and select a character set that helps avoid rendering issues with certain symbols. The alerts section itself is loaded with options like Enable Crossover Zero Alert, Enable Cross Under Zero Alert, Enable MACD Cross Bullish Alert, and Enable MACD Cross Bearish Alert. Each of these functions exactly as it sounds. If you enable the bullish cross alert, for instance, you'll get a notification whenever the MACD line crosses above the signal line. There are also histogram alerts, which let you know when the histogram flips from negative to positive, or vice versa, and even extended alerts for bullish or bearish divergences. Finally, at the bottom of the settings, there's a section for color customization where you can tweak the appearance of the MACD line, signal line, histogram, divergence labels, and even the candle colors in the price view. There's also a toggle for error checking and safe requesting, which ensures that the screener only pulls data for symbols you've enabled and warns you if there are any potential issues with mixed data. So, how do you actually use all these settings to trade? One approach is to set up a watch list of several assets that you're interested in, maybe a mix of stocks, commodities, and indices, and enable the table so you can see everything in one place. You might use the indicator to look for a bullish MACD cross combined with a positive shift in the histogram on a daily time frame as a potential entry signal for a swing trade. Alternatively, if you're a day trader, you might focus on shorter time frames and watch for those quick signals that line up across multiple assets. For instance, if you see a bullish MACD cross and the histogram turns from negative to positive on a stock you've been eyeing, that might be your cue to jump in after confirming the price action on the chart. You can also use the divergence signals to spot potential reversals. If the price is making higher highs but the MACD is showing a bearish divergence, that's a hint that the upward momentum might be stalling. Some traders even set up alerts so that they don't have to stare at their screens all day. The indicator will notify you when a signal occurs, and you can then pull up the chart to do a deeper analysis. One cool strategy is to track multiple timeframes for the same asset. For example, you might set up symbol 1 for a 15-minute chart, symbol 2 for a 1-hour chart, and symbol 3 for a 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, all for the same stock. The idea here is to use the higher time frame to confirm the overall trend and then look for entry signals on the lower time frames that align with that trend. If the 4-hour chart shows a bullish MACD and the 15-minute chart gives you a bullish cross with the histogram flipping positive, you've got a higher probability setup. And thanks to the table, you can easily see the status of each time frame side by side. In summary, the MACD All-in-One Screener by ChartPrime is a robust and flexible tool for monitoring MACD signals across multiple symbols and timeframes. It offers a wealth of customization options, from choosing your moving average types and adjusting MACD parameters to setting up specific alerts and color schemes, and its visual components, like the overview table and the color-coded labels, make it super easy to get a quick read on market conditions. By using it to scan for key signals like bullish or bearish crosses, divergence events, and shifts in momentum, you can streamline your trading process and ensure you never miss an important opportunity. This is not financial advice. It's simply a tool that provides data and signals based on the MACD, so always remember to do your own due diligence, manage your risk, and consider supplementing it with additional price action or fundamental analysis to refine your trading edge. If you found value in this video, remember to leave a like, or even better, consider subscribing to stay tuned for more trading insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.